two other pieces that come with the spoon carving kit. I think it was the S54. That includes all right-handed tools. But two other tools that were included are the short-handled, short bent gouge and the long bent gouge, which has a longer handle. And this is looks like about 15 millimeters, 3/4 of an inch or so. And it's the G7L 2G. This one's this 8A -14. And this is, the G7L-20. So, yeah. But I'm usually not one for gouges for working spoons. I've always seen gouges for kuksas and such. But these have been a pleasant surprise. You know, this long bevel, very steep bevel angle, makes for a delicate tip, but there's a lot of material, there's a lot of steel behind this. So if you're hollowing out a bowl or the bowl of a spoon, there's a lot of durability there, you know. So you can come in, and this one's great for leverage. You can work it this way. You can come at you, so long as you're prepared to limit your travel. Always have to know where the sharp pointy ends are going to end up. But I haven't really used this one much. I've used it on some examples of shallow spoons, roughing out very flat cooking spoons. But the small one, I'm a convert. This has been amazing for hollowing out the bowls of spoons, especially the type of spoons I tend to carve. I really enjoy carving smaller spoons, like pocket spoons and such, and I try to maximize the use of material. So this little spoon, it's 4 inches long. The bowl is just over an inch, very shallow, but I didn't have an appropriate hook for hollowing out, for finishing the bowl. I started off using this, which was great, roughing it out, both sides, working, very stringy tulip. And then I used this for finishing off the left side of the bowl, depending on which way you look at it. But this was nice and clean, got some good cuts, but I couldn't really work it over here. That long blade was cutting a little bit too much into the rim, so I had to switch. And I didn't have anything until I found this. And I used this, and this worked out great. The bent, my finger sits just perfectly right in that, right in the, can't think of the word now, the hollow. But nice scooping action. Come across the grain at the back, come down with the grain across, and it's even worked out really nicely for doing the cross cuts to clean up that fuzzy middle part in the bowl. This is waiting for finish cuts. It needs to dry, but I don't think I would have been able to finish off that bowl as cleanly as I did unless I had this. So this is definitely a good idea. And again, big, long bevel, very steep angle, but makes for a nice slicing motion. And if you can skew and roll while you're cutting with it, I'm sure I'll get a beautiful finish with it. And, as you hone it a little bit more, or touch up that edge with some, 1200 wet dry paper, it will, that bevel will round off and you'll draw it back. But again. Oh, and one other thing. I did knock those corners back. Here, let's put it now. Let's put it against this. I knocked the corners back because they were so square that I was worried they might be, they might dig in as if I go deep enough in something. So I just rounded the tips off, got the sharp pointies off, and we'll see what it does. I'm not going to do anything else to it, but I've had friends who have recommended taking off, knocking them back a substantial amount so that you could see like almost, just under a millimeter of bare metal, or rounding them off as you hone and sharpen, and that way it guarantees that you're not going to dig into the sides of something, the bowl of a cup, or if it's a really deep ladle or something, and you want to have a nice deep crisp gouge groove or something. But all in all, this has been a really nice addition to carving spoons. So yeah, totally worth it.